Hey Gaurav, I hope you can see me, right?
Yes.
Excellent. Okay, so welcome everyone. My name is Pankaj Parnami, and I'm the director with Events for Sure. And I welcome Gourab Dutta, who is the sales expert representing App4Legal, which is an international legal tech organization. Today's webinar is very specific to the legal industry. Based on our survey amongst the in-house counsel and the law firm industry at large, we realize that people are working from home. There are a lot of questions they have. Productivity is an issue, and therefore we are going to discuss with Gaurav about how should we maintain efficiency and team collaboration while using the legal tech enablement into respective offices. So, Dheeraj, can we move to the next screen, please? Okay, so until COVID-19 came into our lives, we obviously had been hosting our physical conferences. However, in last about 4 months, there has been a lot of innovation on our side, and we constantly have been educating the legal industry at large. So there have been online conferences, there are webinars, there are virtual meetings, there are a lot of sort of buyers and vendors meeting program. People are asking the questions, and we are helping them connect with the respective service providers. However, there are two primary objectives we always have kept in mind. One, the in-house counsel or the law firm partners may have certain challenges, and very obvious by their very nature of business, they are not able to solve themselves, and therefore we have the legal tech vendor partners who collaborate with us. And during the process, we are very prompt in terms of connecting both of them online. Dheeraj, next screen, please. Excellent. So Gaurav, why don't you let us know about yourself and the organization you represent, and then we are going to venture into the Q&A session between us, and thereafter you have your demonstration. And audience, please feel free to ask any questions you want. So you can always put your questions in the chat box. I will pick it up for you. In case you want to turn on your cameras, so after the session gets over, please feel free to turn on the camera and ask the question, and I'm sure Gaurav will be very pleased to assist you. Gaurav.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Pankaj. Thank you, Dheeraj, for such a nice introduction and brief about me and App4Legal. And it's been a pleasure for me to be a part of this webinar. Thank you to all the attendees for joining today's session. So myself, Gourab Dutta, I take care of the sales and business development here at App4Legal for the APAC and the EMEA region, especially. So App4Legal, it's a New York-based company. The headquarters is based out in New York, and we are a legal practice management software solution, primarily helping all the legal fraternities, in terms of the digital transformation. I mean, in present situation where COVID-19, we are all suffering through COVID-19, and we are all, moving towards an era where digitization or digital transformation is the keyword or the buzzword. And working remotely is becoming a new challenge, especially for the legal industries. And a most important thing is how to maintain the efficiency and how to keep the level of productivity while working remotely. Because for the lawyers, we all are aware that they are not very much tech friendly. The way that they were working in the past, it was not at all, kind of relevant to the technological field. And right now they are facing the prime challenges while adapting to these new technologies. So due to this present situation, I mean, the challenges, the legal fraternities, I think they also need to adapt quickly with the digital transformation. So if we quickly analyze the challenges and the impact occurred in the legal industries due to this COVID-19, that inviting every legal team to adapt these technologies. So the first problem which arose is, I think, the low efficiency, and the statistics said that 60% of lawyers worldwide, they think that work allocation and tracking of legal data should be more improved. I mean, the way the managers are distributing the tasks or matters or contracts to the team, maybe in a law firm or in the in-house legal department. Also, 53% of lawyers, they find difficulty to coordinate with external providers, the external advisors, the external vendors, and it means they are losing their efficiency when something is dependent from the outside world, like the contributors or the other departments, etc. The second family here is the lack of digitization, where 40% of lawyers worldwide they still rely on maybe emails or spreadsheets or Excel sheets until today to manage their cases or matters. And 82% of these lawyers, they are looking for a complete and really comprehensive solution that at the same time flexible, user-friendly, but also secured and enterprised, right? Also, due to this pandemic crisis, teamwork has become harder. And if we look the four pillars of teamwork, like the first one is obviously the communication, and it's very important for the lawyers because lawyers are bound to communicate. They need to communicate with their clients, they need to communicate with their contributors, maybe with the third parties, or even in the team they need to collaborate with their colleagues. The second one is the context switching, where a lawyer is working on a contract, maybe to provide the legal advice, and at the same time, they also may need to answer a legal request or to answer a task on the fly. And this context switching is becoming harder with the current situation when people are not at the same place, at the same room. Also, the dependency that you have, whether you are from a law firm or whether you are from an in-house legal department, you need to collaborate with other people, or you need to collaborate with other departments, or with your subsidiaries, or with other branches, and even with your external advisors, etc. So here in App4Legal, we are quick enough to understand these challenges, and we have categorized these challenges into four different quadrants. Like if you are a legal team from a law firm, or maybe from the in-house legal department, you need to track your data, right? So they need a smart platform where they can collaborate. They can have these metadata tracked into somewhere, and they need to deliver, because the main concern is to get the request that has requested by someone, by their client, or maybe by some other department. For the legal, for the law firms, by their client, or maybe for the in-house legal department, the request usually come from the other departments as well in due diligence. So they need to deliver this on this particular requests. So whereas the clients, your clients, the clients of the law firm, the clients of the in-house legals, they look this situation at a very different angle. They need quality, obviously. If your clients are departments or clients of law firms, they need this job to be done on time. And they also need a visibility, right, on the progress, because this is the quality of service when you are working on something, when you are working for your clients, and you are giving this self-serviceness to your clients on the progress, right? So the external advisors, the third category is the external advisors. Suppose you are dealing with some external law firms, or maybe your external clients, and here you need to collaborate with them, and you need to share the data with them, like versioning of documents, maybe expenses or bills or quotations, etc., etc. And for sure, the prime concern here is how I standardize the channel of communication, how I follow a standard way to exchange this information. And lastly, but not the least, the management, right? The prime concern for the management is obviously the visibility. So they need a 360-degree visibility on their business, on their work, right? And they need control, because I need to locate my work. I need to, assign my work in between my team members. And for sure, here my big nightmare is how to maintain the efficiency, that my people are not with me, are not at the same place. I need to keep aligned with such an efficiency to maintain, the financial side of the story. So this is where App4Legal comes as a complete and comprehensive practice management solution, available on multiple platforms, like on cloud, SaaS, on-prem, available for the law firms or for the in-house legal departments, irrespective of the sizes. It is smart enough to fit in any industries, in any in-house legal department, because you can see banks and telcos, in-house legal teams of banks and telcos, they are also using our platform. And at the same time, you can also see a law firms having a couple of lawyers, and even having lawyers more than 50 or even 100. They are also using the App4Legal solution. So it is that friendly, that adaptive, and easy to use. So it comes, this is I just wanted to share. App4Legal, I think right now is uh, focusing on overcoming these challenges, mainly facing by the legal fraternities. And I think that's the reason, I mean, we have helped them in such a way. And that is on the only reason we have been recognized last year by Mirror View as the top 10 legal, tech companies in this particular LPMS field. And I think, I mean, this is the way we are transforming the lawyers to adapt the digital technologies, to adapt the digital field. Pankaj.
Excellent. I appreciate that. That was pretty nicely presented information you shared. In last several months, we have interacted with thousands of in-house counsel and the law firm partners. On a broader scale, I could imagine that there are two major challenges on their side. One is the budget constraints, specifically in the COVID-19 era. It is not easy for them to convince the CFOs. And second is the data privacy. What are your thoughts on these 2 points?
Yes, I think obviously, as you mentioned, the budget constraint during this present crisis or during this present situation, it's obviously a big challenge. And that is the reason, I mean, as I mentioned, App4Legal is flexible enough to fit in different industries depending on their sizes. It's like depending on your requirement, you can start with a small investment. And we are also available on cloud, on SaaS, on prem. So obviously, depending on your requirement or what kind of infrastructure that you have, you can choose in any particular platform, and then you can start, obviously. The second one is, as I said, it's flexible enough in terms of providing you the efficiency, in terms of providing you the visibility, and in terms of challenging or overcoming the situation. Because I can understand that right now, in the present crisis, in this present situation, budget is a constraint. But at the same time, we have to, I mean, the legal fraternities or the lawyers, they have to, adapt with the new technologies. Because in this present situation, doing anything without adopting technology is like doing nothing. I won't be able to survive for a long run, right? And for the lawyers itself, I mean, that is the main reason App4Legal is focusing on this particular field, to transform them, to educate them how to adopt these technologies, so that they can perform, their productivity can be increased, and at the same time they can survive for a long time or for a long run. I think that is the main reason, that is the main point that App4Legal is presently focusing on.
So are these solutions online? How do you install in the respective offices of these lawyers who are in today's time based worldwide?
Right. So as App4Legal, as I said, like there are 3 versions available, Pankaj. One is obviously on cloud, which is the most flexible, and obviously the cheapest one, because if you go to on-prem, there are a lot of investment related with it. There are maintenance costs and so on. So coming from the sales and business development background, I always suggest the client, if there is no such criteria that they are bound to do the installation on their premises. Because for the banks, for the telcos, there are certain criteria that they have to do the installations on their premises and so on. But for the law firms and web, there is no such foundation. They can start with on cloud version, as well as it's also available on SaaS and on SaaS. And if you start with on cloud, I think depending on the team size, we can do the installation remotely very quickly, and followed by what we do, we assign our expert to train the lawyers, the legal team members, so that they can be handy with the solution ASAP and they can start working on it. And most importantly, Pankaj, App4Legal is very much user friendly. we have developed this platform keeping in mind the double A standard. So the same standard followed by Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, all these social media websites. And I can understand that lawyers are not that much tech friendly. So, this solution is so much adaptive. Each and every fields, each and every screens, each and every modules are self-explanatory. And lawyers very soon, I mean, after having these training sessions from our side, it takes hardly 3 or 4 training sessions for them to adapt with the solution, and they can start working on it by their own, by themselves.
Excellent. So by any chance, are you able to share some of the case studies from your law firm or in-house clientele where you believe that they have really saved time, or it has been a fantastic collaboration between the in-house team and the external teams?
Absolutely. So what I can do, Pankaj, I can quickly share my screen and I can quickly give them a very high level demonstration of the solution, so that they can have a quick understanding that what App4Legal is and how it can add value in dealing with their day-to-day activities. Make sense?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Perfect. So this is the App4Legal solution. So App4Legal is a web-based platform where each and every user will be given a unique username and password through which they will log into the solution. And as I said, this is the solution itself. Here you will have this horizontal bar where you will have all the products. So in App4Legal terms, we mention them as a modules. So as you can see, you have companies, contacts, matters, tasks, money, documents, etc., etc. Depending on your business requirement, you can pick up and choose and use any or all of these modules, and you can track and manage your data. So the companies and contact, these two modules will basically help you to deal with your clients, to deal with your client related information, if you are dealing with a company or as your client. So here you can manage your legal corporate data, the shares, the shareholder details, the board member details, the assets, I don't know, maybe some related documents, whatever you have, you can just manage all those legal corporate data right inside this company's module. So if I quickly show you a sample company, suppose let's say Westex LLC, this is just a demo company. So here, if I deep dive inside the company itself, you will have all these metadata fields available. None of these fields are mandatory. It's up to you to pick up and choose the fields as per your requirement, and based on those fields, you can manage the data. You have the name, you have the reference, you have the group, nationality, category. You can impose the privacy also as well, because I can understand that for the law firms or for the in-house legal department, security, data privacy is very important. And for that, first of all, App4Legal is GDPR compliant. I believe that is enough to explain how we concern about the data privacy and data integrity. In terms of the security, we rely on AWS and Linode, and we provide 256-bit SSL encryption when it comes to security of data for our clients. Also, inside the solution itself, you can impose the privacy if you don't want to share any of this data with everyone. You have some other fields like address, registration details, registration by law, the licenses and waivers. And based on the due date you set, the system is flexible enough, is smart enough to send you the automatic reminder that maybe the trade license for this company will be getting expired on this date, and so on. So the notification, the reminders you will receive in two ways. First one is obviously through your email, and the second one is you will also receive an in-app pop-up from here, as in the reminder section. And here you will have all your understanding that, okay, maybe tomorrow the license of this company will be getting expired, and accordingly you can take actions. So this way, the system will act as your virtual assistant, and you never forget any important activities. You have some other fields, commercial registration, auditor, company lawyers. As I said, it will depend on your requirement, which data you want to manage, you want to capture inside the solution. You have these shareholder details to manage the shares, the shareholder, the percentage. You have the board members to manage the board member details from the solution, related documents for the lawyers. I think it's very hectic to organize all the legal file, all the legal data in a well-structured way. So App4Legal, inside the solution itself, we have a document management system where you can not only store, but at the same time, you can also map all the documents related to your companies or contacts or matters. I mean, when you are dealing with this Westex LLC as your client, whatever legal file or whatever legal data that are related to Westex LLC, you can store all those documents right here inside the solution. You can edit these documents inside the solution on the fly. You can generate document based on your own template. You can drag and drop the files from your laptop or desktop. Also, you can set the privacy. If you don't want to share these folders with everyone from the folder level, you can also set or impose the privacy. So this is related documents. Same like assets, the reminders, the system will shoot the reminder, the bank accounts if you want to manage or keep a track of all the bank information for Westex LLC, the contacts and matters, I mean, whoever are related with Westex, or if you are dealing with any matter related to Westex, all those matters will come up right here. So, I mean, this is a complete module to manage all your legal corporate data when you are dealing with a company as your client, or even you as a company, you have different branches, you have different subsidiaries, and you need to manage the data for all those branches, for all those subsidiaries. Obviously, you need to keep a track of the data. So same way, you can also utilize this company's module to track and manage all those information. Same way, contacts. Suppose I am a law firm and I am dealing with an individual. Here you can store all the relevant information related to that individual, to that person. The same way you are dealing the data with for the companies. Here also you will have different metadata fields. The name, mobile number, maybe the job title, the email ID, phone number. It will depend on you for which field you want to manage the data. Same way you can store, you can manage all this information, or the documents, or the matters, everything. Very quickly, I will mention the matters because the solution is vast itself, and within this short time, it's not possible for me to explain everything. But matter is our core module, and we have distributed the matter into two parts. The corporate matter, it's like amending of policies or drafting, like this kind of things, and litigation. I think I know everyone can aware, like litigation, everything which is related to court data, judgment data, and so on. And depending on your requirement, you can utilize any or both of these modules from your site. So suppose it's a corporate matter, so you can create a matter right inside the solution. Then inside the matter, you will have different fields, different tabs to manage all the related information for this matter. You have the matter ID. You have your own field where you can mention your own file number or reference number for this matter. You have the arrival date, the due date. You have some matter details depending on your requirement, or as the case progress, you can maintain the latest development, or maybe the description. You can set the privacy if you want. If you are outsourcing this matter to your external advisors or some other law firms, from here itself you can manage all the data. You have some notes. So it's very important in the legal field or legal fraternities to maintain all the channel of communication or all the exchanging of documents in between the clients in a well-structured and well-organized way. So App4Legal comes with an integration with your Gmail or with your Outlook O365 account. If I open this my Gmail account, so here the App4Legal add-on which I have installed with my Gmail, and for an email, let's suppose a scenario that you have received an email and you are traveling, you don't have time to open the core solution. From the Gmail itself, if you click on this add-on button, it will open up with certain fields like what exactly you need to do. So either you can create a corporate matter, or you can create a litigation case, you can create a task, you can log your time, and most importantly, you can archive this particular email with your matter. So suppose there is an existing matter within your App4Legal core solution, and you want to just archive this email with that matter. So what you can do, you can click on matter node, and by clicking on save, this entire email will be attached with your existing matter like this way. If I open this email section, you will have all these emails archived and in a well structured, in a well organized way. So maybe down the line, suppose after 5 years, after 10 years, you want to backtrack anything, you want to search anything, just open the App4Legal solution and everything is right in front of you. You can find out any emails that has been exchanged in between you and your clients. So this is the flexibility, App4Legal can provide you. It's a well structured, well organized solution where everything, I mean, every single data, every single information is just like a one click away from you. So this is matters. You have tasks, you have reminders, you can log your expenses, you can log the time if you are billing your clients on hourly basis, or sometimes in-house legal departments also use this feature to charge back their clients or their users. If you want to relate any matters with this matter, you can interconnect or interrelate those 2-3 matters with each other. So this is corporate matters, same way litigation case. I mean, as I said, every matter, I mean, which is related to court or court data, something like that. You have hearings, you can log your hearings. From the tasks module, you can maintain your to-do list. I mean, you suppose maybe next week you have an important meeting and you don't want to forget that meeting. What you can do, you can simply log that particular activity as a task inside the solution. And as I said, as per the due date you set, the system will send you the automatic reminders or the automatic notifications that you have this meeting on this date, on this time, and so on. We have a lot of other modules. Very quickly, report modules. I think this is also important. You need to have a visibility in terms of how you are performing or how your users are performing. For that, reports is important. We have more than 100+ ready-made reports. With just a single click, the report will arise. So if I click on matter for assignee for due date, it will open up a report for me where I will have a clear understanding that, okay, these are my matter status. These are their arrival date. These are their due date. These are the client name, the matter ID. These are my assignees, and so on. Same way, another feature that is report builder, which is a unique feature from App4Legal. So you can build your own reports. So we have this library of columns available. You can pick up and choose the columns from here. Let's suppose I'm choosing assignee, the priority, the matter stage, the arrival date, and the due date. And if I click on submit, it will open up a customized report for me. And I have all the columns what I wanted to have inside my report. And then you can save this report for your future purpose. You can, if you want, you can export this report to your Excel file, and then you can share that Excel in between your users. So this is App4Legal solution. You have universal search box. You have to search anything or everything from the solution. You have your calendar, and very quickly, I just wanted to show you from the dashboard perspective, that is the matter board and task board, which gives you a 360-degree visibility. Because in today's world, being a owner of a law firm or being a manager, I need the visibility and I need the control. Because as for me, for the lawyers, each and every case is like a project, and they need to close that project within a certain time frame in order to lead toward client satisfaction, and at the same time to generate more revenues. So that is the prime objective, and for that I need visibility, and Matterboard and Taskboard will give you that visibility. You have different columns. All these are customizable, configurable. You can add more columns. Each and every card here represents a matter, right? And these are your assignees, and these are their due dates. So that means this assignee is running late. Red means this assignee is running late on this matter. And I believe you can have a feeling like how flexible this is. You just need to open this board and you will have all the matters which has been associated with your law firm or with your in-house legal team. And with just a single click, you can visualize that, okay, these are my open cases, these are my in-progress cases, these are my pending, or these are my closed cases. And accordingly, you can take actions, or you can have a quick discussion with the assignee, and you can get this project on track. Same way, you have task board, which gives you the visibility from the tasks perspective, like what are the tasks that you or your users have been assigned, what are their stages, whether they are running late or not, and so on. We have contract module, and I think for the in-house legals as well for the law firms, it's very hectic when it comes to contract, and they needs to create those contracts, and the entire journey is manual. So to keep in mind, we have built out this contract module where everything, almost everything, is like automatic. You have a very good workflow. It's customizable. You can assign these contracts. You can set the privacy as per your requirement. You have your own approval centers. You can create these contracts based on your own template, and the system, we have a feature called generate document, where the system will create this contract for you based on the templates that you have saved inside our docs module. You can use the signature center, and all this information is like a kind of automatic. And with this contract module, from the creation of a contract till the end, everything will guide you. The system will guide you to do everything through an automatic way. So this is something called contract module. And also from the dashboard point of view, we have different dashboards. So if I show you a presentation quickly, so we have different dashboard, like which gives you a good graphical interpretation. Like, these are your workload distribution, matters per assignee, these are your matters per filling date, these are your matters per due date, these are your tasks, the meetings, any contracts, any upcoming contracts, or whatever the contracts that you have received this month, or maybe contracts expiring this month, or contracts expiring this quarter. All this graphical representation will help you to quickly understand about your position, and accordingly you can plan your next action. So I think this is all. I mean, as I said, like, it's a vast solution, and it fits in different spaces and different industries, irrespective of the sizes. It may be a law firm, it may be in-house legal departments, and even App4Legal solution has been using by solo lawyers as well. It is that flexible. And if you want any more information, obviously you can send us an email to bd@app4legal.com, and it would be my pleasure to guide you further and to schedule a very high level and brief demonstration of the solution. Pankaj, I think I'm done on this part.
Excellent. That seems pretty comprehensive information, and I'm sure the attendees would be pretty interested to learn more from you, ask more questions. I have a gentleman called Avish Sharma. Avish, can you please turn on your camera and ask your question?
Hi, Gourab, and hi, Evans, for sure. Yes, actually, I prefer Google Meet and all Zoom because of the data issues. I can't figure out the option to turn on my cam. I'm just testing it out. So yes, so somehow I can't figure out the cam option. I think it's not available here.
Just go on.
Yeah.
Okay. So first of all, I must congratulate. It seems to be pretty powerful, pretty good, and it's an Indian company which is offering this. We really value it. I am the founder of Prodigy Legal, and it's really very impressive that the Indian company has come out with an app like this. I've checked Clio, and it's a US-based version of legal app which take care of the whole law firm working. But yes, this is good. Now we currently use Slack. So we use Slack. We have a team of around 9 to 10 lawyers and other people on and off. So my first question is, does it also has a chat feature or something to communicate with the team?
Yes. So presently it doesn't have any inbuilt or out of the box feature, as you mentioned, like chat. But obviously, yes, depending on your requirement, we can have a quick call and with our product team, and we need to develop this as in a custom development, and obviously this feature can be developed, but right now it's not readily available, or something like out of the box feature which comes along with the solution itself. But from the solution itself, you can collaborate with your clients and also with your users. through different modules that we have, like matters, like tasks. You can assign the tasks internally to your users. You can assign any matters internally to your users. And as I demonstrated, with the help of different dashboards or different reports, you can keep a track on daily basis, on regular basis, like how they're performing, how the matters or how the tasks are progressing. But specifically for the chat, right now it's not readily available or comes with the solution itself.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. So task assigning is something like Asana. You must be aware of it. So
Right.
the team members would get an access to their login for App4Legal, and they will log into the website, and then they can view their tasks and then
Mhm.
perform them and can mark them as completed and so forth, right?
Right.
Okay, okay. So does it, as you understand, Gaurav, currently it's everybody's working remotely. Does it also
Right.
have something like hub staff? Does it track the hours done by the lawyers or by paralegals or something like that? It tracks, or
Uh, Sorry, which one?
does it tracks the hours, or like hub staff does? It tracks your hours and takes screenshots at times, and it tracks how much a employee or a person, how much time they have put on a particular
Yes,
project.
we have a very advanced time tracking module inside the solution itself. So first of
Oh.
all, you can log your time manually through the system or through
Mm-hmm.
the solution itself, and also you can relate those matters. Relate those times with any matter. So maybe there may be two kind of scenario. So you can log a time just as in a general purpose, where you are not billing or that particular time logs, or creating an invoice based on that particular time logs and sending to your client. So it's just like a general time logging, where the manager, or maybe being a supervisor or being a manager, I need to keep a track of all the time log entries to
Mm-hmm.
visualize about the productivity of my team members. So this is just like a
Okay.
general time log entry. Along with that, you can also log the time manually and can relate those time logs with your matters or even with your tasks, so that you can understand that, okay, I'm spending maybe 1 hour for performing this particular activity, or I am performing maybe 30 minutes for on this particular task. The task can be anything, just a general communication, or maybe a meeting with your client, or maybe a board meeting, internal board meeting, and so on. But I need to visualize. So in that case, obviously, I can keep a track of all the time log entries. So this is something called manual time logs, where the system, inside the system, you can log your time. Along with that, we have something called automatic time tracking system, where the system will log the time for you. Suppose you want to spend maybe 4 hours or 5 hours, you are working on a big case or big project, and you need that the system will log the time for you. What you can do, you can click on that particular automatic time tracking system. The clock will start ticking, and maybe in between you want to take a pause, so you can click on pause, the timer will stop. And then again you want to resume your work, so you can click on resume, and the timer will again start clicking. And when you are done, you can click on stop timer. So the system will log the time for you against that particular matter, or against that particular tasks or activities that you have done, and it will be logged inside the solution itself. And end of the month, you can generate reports based on all these time log entries and so on. Make sense?
Wonderful, wonderful. But it does not. It's manual. Everything is manual. It does not take screenshots. And I understand that capability must be restricted because even Hubstaff has a desktop version for it. So I believe
Right.
if yeah, you need to have a downloadable software and then install it on your desktop if you want to achieve that feature
Exactly.
of taking snapshots. So I
Exactly.
understand. I understand.
Yeah, so
Okay,
here you can
okay,
build
good
your
enough.
report. I mean, if you want to take
Makes
a
sense.
snap, yeah, you can build your own reports based on all these time log entries for a month or for the
Mhm.
last 6 months. All
So,
these.
so all these time logs and everything, and then we can also issue an invoice directly from the system to our clients.
Absolutely, absolutely. Based on all these
Okay.
time log entries, suppose if you are
Mm-hmm.
billing your client on hourly basis, so you can define your own hourly rate or user rate inside the system, and based on your
Mm-hmm.
time log, the system will automatically capture the amount based on the effort that you have spent, and then you can generate the invoice. We have something called money module where you can create your invoices or you can create your quotations. So everything is automatic. I mean, whenever you are creating an invoice based on a particular matter, the system will automatically fetch the matter, whatever the time logs that you have been entered against that matter, what are the expenses that you have done against that matter. Everything will be captured automatically by the system itself, and
And
then you just need to.
branded our logo and all. It could be branded. Those invoice
Yes,
we can
absolutely,
have.
absolutely. I mean, you
Absolutely.
can put your own invoice templates where you can put
Mm-hmm.
your own company logo, your signature, your name, your address, and you just need to click on that particular invoice template to create the invoices each and every time, and based on that, the invoice will be created.
Okay, how does the assignee part works? For example, again, like for example, we have 8 lawyers in our team. There is a project. I want to assign it to A or B or C or D, or I want 2 lawyers to work on the one particular project. So I assign. Then there would be team members. I believe there would be team members. They're logged in as well, or inside my account, and then I can just select the names and assign them the task, and they will get an email, and they will also. So how does it, the whole module comes? It comes for the whole firm, so each and every lawyer
Yes,
has their
absolutely.
different login and access, right?
Exactly. So it's like each, and as I said, like it comes with unique set of user ID and password for each and every user through which they will log inside the solution itself. And if you are assigning any task,
Mm-hmm.
if you are assigning matter, anything to any of your users internally, they will receive an email notification that Avish has assigned this task to this particular user or to me, or Avish has assigned this matter to me, and they can just working on that particular matter even from your email itself. As I demonstrated, like the add-on module that we have, App4Legal integration with Gmail or Outlook. So from your Gmail or from your Outlook O365 account also, you can create a matter, and from there itself you can assign the task or you can assign the matter to your respective users itself. So this is the flexibility.
Okay, wonderful, wonderful. I understand the add-on which Gmail provides. It also provides for Slack and all the same
Right.
features. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Okay, so we can assign. Wonderful. And you were referring something about contracts and templates. So I mean, and you're mentioning that you have a database of documents already there. So, and we can even generate. Can we also create our own templates? Is it something like that?
No,
Uh,
from the solution
no.
itself, you can't create your own templates. You have to create your own templates by you, and then you can put your templates inside the solution. We have a module called Docs module, and inside that
Mhm.
Docs module, you can put all those templates. And we have a feature called Generate Document, where if you
Yes.
click on that document, the system will ask you that, okay, based on which template you want to create the document. Suppose a template for MOA or a template for some contract or some agreement. You just need to choose the agreement, and the system will automatically fetch the variable field. I mean, the basic fields that you need to change for that particular document. You just need to fill up those fields and click on generate document, and the system will generate the document for you.
I totally understand. I have experienced this feature in something called as Wealth Docs. So that's a US-based software. So this generation and filling, it's pretty impressive. So it comes in a question form. For example, I need to create a MOU. So the relevant questions will appear on the screen, and we just need to answer them, and automatically the generation will happen. Is it something like
Right.
that?
Right. I
Wonderful.
mean,
That's
variable
that.
field, you need to mention the variable field within double question mark, and then
Mhm.
based on that, the system will fetch or will understand that, okay, these are the fields that are variable each and every time whenever you are creating this document. I
Mhm.
just need to change these variable fields. So based on that, the system will fetch those fields, and you just need to put the values, and the system will generate the documents for you.
Okay, okay. So it's seamlessly integrated with Word, because I understand Word has a lot of limitations. So I mean, if we want to do some, a lot of other features, the formatting features are there, automatic table of contents features are there. So I'm just trying to understand how does it works with the Word,
Yes.
Microsoft
So
Word. Mhm.
as I said, like we have a a feature called Inline Editor. So suppose whatever the Word file or the docs file that you are storing inside the solution, you may have a requirement to create a second version, or maybe you may have a requirement to simply edit the file. So
Right.
uh, the first option is you need to download the file to your laptop or desktop and do the editing, and then again upload the file. Obviously, it takes a lot of your effort and a lot of your time. So through our inline editor, what you can do, you can open that particular Word file or the docs file on the fly inside the solution itself, and then you can do the modifications, the changes, and whatever the editing you may want to do, and then you can click on save. So what happened, the file will be saved automatically inside the solution itself. Or you may want to create a second version or third version of that file. So on the fly, you can create all those versions, and you can keep all those versions there itself inside the App4Legal platform. So it saves your time, it saves as well.
Wonderful, Gaurav. Wonderful. So I have a very important question here, and probably it could be a enhancement to your product, because yes, we do a lot of patents, and even I have my couple of own patents. So my very important question is, can I give an access? Can I give a guest access to any document? And that guest access is usually clients, because currently what we do is we do the same thing on Google Docs, but clients have the access to it so that they can view and comment or something like that.
So you want to provide, or you want to give any guest access for the document? I think yes, it's possible, because for the contract management module, sometimes it happens that you need to set the workflows, or you need to sometimes get some permissions from some other departments who is not at all relevant, or associated with the legal team and so on. In that case, you need to give access for the documents to those departments. Yes, obviously that is possible from the solution.
Okay, that's impressive. That's impressive. So I think that's it for now,
Okay, okay.
and it sounds to be powerful. The only thing is we use Slack, so there has to be a chat or some thread, or you can have a thread on a particular project. You know.
Yes,
Uh,
we have something called customer portal. Obviously,
mhm.
this customer portal is like a module built on top of the App4Legal core solution, which acts as a bridge between you and your customers. So it's like a self-service portal where you need to create the user ID and password for your customers, and then what you can do, you can provide that user ID and password to your customers, and with that login credentials, they will log inside this portal. This is highly configurable and customizable again. I mean, you can put your own company logo, your company name, and so on. And from there itself, your clients can get in touch with you, can ask questions, some legal advice, or they can see what are the latest development related to their cases associated with you or with your law firm, or maybe for the in-house legal department as well. So it's like a digital platform, and the same customer portal you can utilize within your department itself in terms of communicating with your users internally. That is also possible through this customer portal. But this is
That's
something.
wonderful. See, currently we are serving a lot of small mid businesses and startups. We even have a lot of US clients, and they really value our dedicated and quality services. So
Right.
currently, what we do is we make a Slack channel, and we invite our clients on the Slack channel, and they can view all the discussions and documents happening there. So yeah, it could be great if we could have the
Right.
login on our website itself, so the
Yes,
clients
I
could
mean,
log in on the website itself, our website, and then they can log in and see the progress of the particular case. So that would
absolutely.
be wonderful. But I don't but Gaurab, I mentioned that we serve small businesses and all that. We're growing firm, so I really don't know how cost effective that solution could be, or probably yes, that could be a future insight. So yes,
Absolutely.
please.
And this customer portal, it comes with a link, so you can simply share the link to your users. So for a single user subscription, a single customer portal user subscription, the flexibility is you can have n number of users. You can create n number of users with their user ID and password. This is the first flexibility. The second one is as you mentioned, yes, the customer portal can be integrated with your website. Let's suppose your website, the website name, and just beside that, as I mentioned, this is highly configurable and customizable. So you can just rename the customer portal name. You can create a button and simply paste that button just up, beside your logo, or maybe somewhere inside the website itself, so that your clients or your customers, they can directly visit to your website, and from there itself they can access this customer portal and they can log inside the platform. And regarding the cost, yes, we can have a separate discussion altogether regarding the price structure, because yes, everything is mentioned in our website. We are very much transparent in terms of the pricing. So each and everything is mentioned in our website itself. You can visit www.app4Legal.com, and you can have a quick overview about all our products, our add-ons, the pricing, our clients, and so on. But yes, I mean, we can anyway have a separate discussion altogether, and we can quickly create a roadmap where I will understand about your requirements, and then we can proceed from there, if it makes sense.
Sure, sure. I will definitely go ahead and visit your website and learn more about services. Yes,
Absolutely.
our firm name is Prodigy Legal.
Right.
So yes,
We have a feature that
and
is
yes,
you
and
can,
probably we are looking for this for the same range. Yes, I'll go ahead and check your prices and everything. I hope they are reasonable, much reasonable than the US entities. For example,
right.
Slack, Asana, and
I mean,
G
I can
Suite.
assure you we are
That's
very much competitive when it comes to pricing. We are
mm,
very much competitive, and you can also utilize our free trial feature where you can create your own instance, and you can have a hands-on experience about the whole App4Legal solution by you.
definitely. I understand you provide a demo as well, so I'll
Yes.
will definitely jump into the demo and probably initially will have it for a month or so, you know,
Right.
and because I understand that definitely you are a new company and there are a lot of things compared to the stability we can have on Slack or probably Asana or G Suite. Of course, we can't go away from G Suite because emails and Google Meet and everything has to be there. But
Yes.
yes, the solutions to have tasks at one place and project management and communicating with the team at a one place. If we get a solution like that, that could be wonderful. Slack and this at a one place, and then if it has all the customization as per to a law firm,
Absolutely.
as per to
And
a
there
law
is
firm.
something that is we are also, I mean, it's also on our roadmap, and hopefully down the line, 6 months or by early next year. So the roadmap is we are also, we also want to integrate the Zoom as well with the App4Legal solution itself, along with Slack, so that you can also place the Zoom call.
Sure.
So that is also on our wish list, and hopefully down the line by end of this year or by early next year, we will come up with all these features.
Definitely, Gaurav. Even what I understand, of course, your App4Legal is a startup, and currently a lot of research and development must go into the product.
Right.
And what I really suggest is that Prodigy Legal is one of the techno-legal advanced law firms in India. And considering that we have clients from US and Europe and overseas, so we are
Right.
very, 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 very well versed with all the technology and all, and we have been using it. So really, I
Right.
mean, you can come up with a proposal or solution or something. We could really, it could be really a test ride, and we can come up with brilliant ideas. And
Absolutely.
what? Yes, the feedback which a real time experiences of a law firm working on actual life cases could give, that could be priceless. You know.
Right.
So yes, so currently the stage you are in, definitely you should consider these options to probably
Mm-hmm.
have a firm like Prodigy Legal there, and if we will use it, I'm damn sure a lot of other players would follow us, right? And we can give
Right.
great insights.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I do agree.
Thank you, Avish.
Yes.
You asked so
Thank
many
you.
questions, so I assume that it was completely the industry representation. Thank you very much.
Yes. Uh, yes, yes,
Thank
yes. Because I've been into technology for the past 12 years, I've been working for a lot of earlier in my career. I was working for US firms. We had collaborations and lots of US clients, and US is the technology leader. And even I have my own couple of patents there filed with USPTO. So we have that mindset, and we are always thriving and going towards energy to whatever means implement in our firm. So I mean, I don't know how many law firms are currently in India using Slack and Asana and G Suite. But yes, we are always looking for to have technology to increase our productivity. So yes.
And I think this is the present demand, Avish. I mean, you have to be adaptive with the technology, with the new upcoming trends, and it's I think it's must for the legal fraternities all over across the globe.
Yes, of course. And your product sounds to be very, very, very promising. And I'm just trying to explore its possibilities. So many things, like you referred about patents, maybe have Google patents links there, important links there, court websites, because we also do litigation. So probably link it with the court websites, and we can have the dates for our cases and all that. And reminders, you were referring to something like reminders you have, which is
Right,
very, very, very
right.
important. Probably you can have a smart AI, so the project starts, and for example, there are two assignees to that project. So you start it, after a day there is a mild reminder, and after 4 days there is some other reminder, and while you're approaching the deadline there is an alert sort of thing. So lots of creativity could flow into your product. It's amazing.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Excellent, Avish. So guys, do we have any more questions?
That's it for now. Yes, we would prefer to go ahead and check the demo and check the prices, and as I mentioned, then we'll proceed ahead.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, at least
Thank you.
it's an Indian product. At least give it a run, and probably at the start we will simultaneously give the run. We won't shift anything from our existing environment, and once we are confident of the stability and everything, we'll move again. Let me check the prices. As I mentioned, we use Slack and all those, and those are reasonable for us. So yeah, if it fits the same, we'll definitely go ahead. Is there anything other customization for Indian cases and all the court stuff?
Yes, I mean, the solution itself is very much configurable and customizable depending on your requirement. I mean, it doesn't depend on any specific jurisdiction or any specific client type. You can anywhere inside the solution, whenever you are getting any drop downs, the screens, you can customize by yourself. I mean, you can create more fields, you can create custom fields, you can rename those fields. So by default,
No, Gaurav, sorry to interrupt you. So sorry to interrupt you. But again,
Mhm.
this is again an enhancement I am proposing for the product. What is currently is happening is you can somehow, there are APIs probably, and you can enter the date, enter the matter like the matter in the code, and then you can pull the dates of your matter, the court cases. So
Okay.
I believe there is some product in Indian industry which is doing it. So if you can, work, I mean, probably it's a great enhancement for your product, which I am suggesting. So yes.
Okay, perfect, perfect. I will surely pass this information to the product team.
Excellent, guys. Thank you very much. Gaurav, I really appreciate your time and your ideas to add value to the entire legal industry at large. And I'm pretty sure even if there is one potential buyer you could get out of this collaboration, it's a complete achievement for everyone. And people who
Absolutely.
have really invested their time to learn from you as an expert, I'm sure they would have learned and got their objectives accomplished. So thank you so much, Gaurav. And
Thank
as soon as we receive any of the questions, so we will definitely put you across by email. So looking forward. Thank you very much and have a good day. Bye-bye.
thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.